What's going on, y'all? I'm back once again, and today we're going to be checking out the top 10 best wagons in Greenville in 2025. And this list, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I kind of had to scrape pennies in order to get this list together, but there is some really cool wagons you should totally check out, whether they're for roleplay or for cruising or for racing. There are just really good wagons that you could check out and that are pretty affordable. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So starting off this list, we're going to go in terms of year. So we're going to start out with the earlier models and then make our way up more to more modern vehicles. And the first wagon on the list is going to be the 1995 Volzhsky rocket. I do not know how to pronounce that name, aka the 1995 Lada Riva. So this car starts out as a sedan, and this is pretty much like a typical Russian fuel economy vehicle. It's really popular, especially in Russia, where it was built, and it has very classical looks because of the mandates. They weren't really as strict over there as they are in places such as the US, so for being in the 90s, it looks very classic. But anyways, the trim that you want to get is the Combi, and it is just a lifted hatchback right there, and it is pretty nice. It is pretty darn slow, 64 horsepower, 86 miles an hour. I mean, it's enough to get you around, but it's not a lot at all, and it gets 27 miles per gallon, which is not bad at all, and it starts out at $6,500. But it does require the classic game pass, of course, but it's a pretty fun and unique little wagon that you don't really see a lot. And I will spawn mine right here, and I did mine in this kind of nice maroon red and a different license plate, and it is very nice. You do have updated lights and high beams, so you don't have any fog lights or anything. It's pretty bare bones, but it's a really classy looking vehicle. Again, it is pretty slow, so you kind of gotta drive it in sport mode a lot, but it's enough to get you around. I wouldn't recommend it for roleplay or anything, of course, because you know, it's pretty slow, it's gonna hold up traffic, but it's just a nice classical little cruiser. If you want like a old school station wagon to roll around in, this is a nice option for you. It's just pretty simple and basic and cheap, and yeah, not too much to say about this car. It's pretty bare bones. So with that being said, let's move on to the next wagon on the list. Sticking with the 90s, the next car on the list is going to be the 1997 Viking Torslanda wagon, aka the 1997 Volvo V70 wagon. So this wagon is really famous. You see these a lot. Well, not really in the US, but I know overseas you see them quite a lot, just because they're pretty much bulletproof. They are super reliable, super tanky, and have a great reputation. So it's a pretty cool car to drive around. And all trims are pretty affordable. It starts out at $9,000. The trim that I recommend and the trim that I have is the all-wheel drive, which is only $15K, which isn't too bad at all, and none of the trims require any game pass, so it is a really good bargain in my opinion for a classic wagon with a great reputation, and you don't see it a lot at all in Greenville, which is pretty surprising. And here's mine right here. I did this really nice kind of dark, almost like a British racing green, but not really. I'd say like a hazy forest green or something. But yeah, it is just super nice. I even lowered it a bit. This would look really awesome when modified as well. It's just a very versatile vehicle. You can take it camping, you can cruise around, and it's just super classy looking. I mean, look at it. It looks so good. It has fog lights and everything. All the lights are updated. It's just like an awesome wagon that you never see anymore. And it's kind of sad. These deserve a lot more love, and they're really affordable. So I mean, anyone can get their hands on them. So yeah, with all that being said, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, taking a little bit of a sharp turn, or I guess no turns at all for this car. It is going to be the 2008 Bullhorn Bullet, aka the 2008 Dodge Magnum. So yeah, you never see these driving around. You have never seen these driving around, especially the trim that I really recommend, and that is the SFP8, aka the SRT8. And yeah, this is a real wagon, an SRT8 V8 wagon. These are super rare. Like, it is so rare to see a Magnum SRT8, and they're just awesome wagons. They're so underrated. But anyways, it does require the luxury pass, unfortunately, and it starts out at $33K for that. But if you do want the base model, which isn't too bad at all, no game pass, and it's only $8,000. So the base model is still pretty cool. Same with the XXT, and there's also the TR, which is kind of close enough and doesn't require game pass, but it's still a nice car nonetheless, and pretty affordable. So let's check mine out. I have the SRT8 trim right here in this awesome looking red, and it is just so badass, bro. It does have updated lights. It does have decal headlights, but it does have updated lights everywhere else, and it's like super awesome. And I will do a quick speed test. All right, I'm all lined up on the road. Let's try out the speed test. for a wagon in general, that is really speedy, and really, you know, you get some cool points while you're going fast. So yeah, why not buy this thing? So anyways, that's gonna be it for the Magnum. Awesome wagon, probably my favorite on the list. And let's move on to the next one on the list. Alrighty, moving on to pretty much the same exact wagon as the previous one. That's gonna be the 2008 Chrysler's Champion, aka the 2008 Chrysler 300. Now you're probably thinking, well, this is a sedan, this is not a wagon. Well, you would be wrong. The Touring trim is actually, oh, not that, the Touring Estate trim is actually a wagon, and it is so awesome. And yes, they actually did make these in real life. They were only sold in Europe, unfortunately. I really wish we got them here, but yeah, they're just super awesome and super rare. Like, these are really rare to see in Europe because they're so obscure and just like a lot of different reasons. I mean, you could kind of replicate it in the US by doing like a front swap, since they share the same body and everything. But anyway, yeah, they're just super awesome. There's also an SRT8 version of the wagon, which is pretty sick. It is 40 grand though, and it does require the luxury pass, unfortunately, but it is just as fast as the Magnum and arguably a little bit cooler. But yeah, here's the Touring Estate trim, which doesn't require a game pass, and it's 20k, so let's check it out. And here's mine right here. I did this really nice kind of beige color on it, and I lowered it a bit, and it is just super cool looking. Same as the Magnum, it has updated lights, but it has decal headlights. Not a big deal at all though. But yeah, like if Chrysler ever does go off sale, the 300 wagons are going to be super rare, and they are just so awesome. I mean, look how cool it looks. It looks so cool, especially when lowered. Whew, it's just perfect. But yeah, not much else to say about this. It kind of speaks for itself. It's just a really cool obscure wagon. And yeah, let's move on to the next one on the list. Coming in at number 5, we got the 2010 BKM Series 50 wagon, aka the BKM W30 Wagon, aka the BMW 5 Series Touring. So this is a fictional car, fully fictional BMW, but it is just super clean looking. The trim that I have is the 50, or no, it's the 50TW Sport, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's just, they did a really great job on this fictional car. I feel like the taillights are a little bit too blocky for my personal liking. I feel like they should be similar to the headlights, but it still looks really pretty. It does require the luxury pass. I'm pretty sure all trims do. Yeah, all trims require the luxury pass, unfortunately, but it is pretty worth it in my opinion. It starts out at 14k and goes up to about like 20k or like 30k ish kind of. It is really affordable, and it's just super nice to get a classic Beamer, and it's really quick. Besides being the non-M version, it goes 159 miles per hour and 255 horsepower, all-wheel drive. And yeah, it's just super nice. And you can also get the M version, which is like even faster, 161 500 rear-wheel drive. Yeah, super sick. So yeah, let's check it out. Here's mine right here. I did this really kind of cool icy white. I lowered it a bit, and it just looks super sweet when modified. Yeah, just overall a huge fan of this wagon. I mean, I bought it not expecting much, but it is actually really nice to drive. And yeah, I see why people are really hyped about it. One of the best fictional cars in Greenville in my opinion. But yeah, not too much to say. Just a really nice European daily driver. And yeah, with all that being said, let's move on to number 6. Alrighty, keeping up with the 2010s, we have another Volvo on the list, and that's going to be the 2016 Viking Torslanda wagon, aka the 2016 Volvo V60 T5 wagon, or cross country, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this wagon you never see, and even the sedan version of this car, you never see it ever. I don't think I've ever seen one of these driven, even after my one of my most popular videos that got 14k views. I have never seen these. These are just like obscure and super rare, and if Volvo ever got removed, then you are never gonna see these. So yeah, all really good trims, really affordable. They do all, or no, not all of them require the luxury pass, but I know that some of them do, like this one, but the base model doesn't, and it starts out at 16.5, which is pretty affordable. Good speed, good fuel economy, 32 miles per gallon, and just a really good all-rounder. Even for off-roading, there's like a cross-country trim that you can purchase, and yeah, it's just super nice. Here's mine right here. I lowered it a bit, and I gave it this really nice blue color. It's just really fitting in my opinion. Decent startup. It is a bit of an older model, so it does still have updated lights right there, but it doesn't have any high beams, and it doesn't have any fog lights, unfortunately. But everywhere else is nice and updated. So yeah, it is really cool. It is pretty loud though, if you're not a huge fan of that. But yeah, it's just overall really good all-rounder. Nice to handle, nice to drive, very smooth, and just looks really cool. Like, I mean, if you look at it from afar, you'd think that this is like a removed car or something. It's just like super rare. So yeah, just a lot of cool factor behind this. I definitely recommend it. And yeah, with all that being said, let's move on to the next wagon. Alright, and moving on to the next wagon, which is also European, and that's going to be the 2019 Wolfsburg Pitch Alltrack, aka the 2019 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack. So yeah, this is just super sick in my opinion. This is a sick wagon. I mean, just look at it. It's like off-road and beefy, and especially the Wendigo trim, which is my favorite. And this is definitely my second favorite wagon on the whole list. It is just super awesome, and I am definitely registering this for like camping role plays and such. It is just so cool looking. It requires no game pass. It's only 30 grand. 160 horsepower, all-wheel drive, 31 miles a gallon. It is just like, it's the perfect all-rounder. Even for just daily driving, you can get the basic trims that aren't the off-road ones, and you can still have a lot of fun in it. So here's mine right here. I did this really epic green right here, and I raised it just a teeny bit, and it is just super nice in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of this wagon. Not much else you can ask for, just a rugged, reliable wagon. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Not too much to be said. Alright, moving on to the next wagon on the list is going to be the 2020 BKM Series 30 Wagon, aka the BMW 3 Series Touring. So this is again probably tied for second with my favorite wagon on the list. It's just so awesome. Like, it's so clean. Right here might not look like too much, but it does all require the luxury pass, unfortunately. But it does start out at 23 grand, so it's pretty affordable. And even like the topper trims are still kind of in that 20k range, so I'd say it's pretty worth it. And you can even get like kind of like an off-roady-ish one, which is pretty nice. And yeah, it's just really cool looking. And this is completely fictional, so they did a great job on it. I feel like some people would say that it looks better than the real life 3 Series when it comes to the base models, which I think is a bit of a stretch, but they still did an amazing job. You got plenty of power, 5 seats, and yeah, let's just check it out. And let me show you the reason why I am so in love with this wagon. I mean, just look at it when it's modified. It looks so good. I did this glossy kind of like cream color. Yeah, just look at it. It's so nice when it's lowered and in a really good paint, a really good color. It's just such a beautiful wagon, bro. I'm literally in love. Usually I sell my cars after I finish a video, but this one I'm 100% gonna keep. It is just so amazing. Yeah, again, it's just, I mean, like, it's a BMW wagon that looks really nice, and it's like really versatile, so there's not too much you can ask for at all. Completely updated lights. I'll let you judge it as you wish. And with that being said, I'm gonna move on to the next final wagons on the list. I'm moving on to some of the last wagons on the list, and one of them is going to be the final Volvo. Trust me, no more Volvos after this, but that's going to be the 2020 Viking Torslanda wagon, aka the 2020 Volvo V60 wagon. So yeah, again, this is probably, dude, I have so many favorite wagons on this list. It is not even funny. This wagon is just so beautiful. Again, it speaks for itself. There's not going to be much for this at all to say. You even got a cross-country trim and a cross-country Ivy, so you can completely deck this thing out. And a blackout trim, a Polestar trim, Polestar blackout. It's just such a perfect wagon. And it's 36 grand. It does all require the luxury trim, unfortunately, but it's so worth it. Even if you just buy the luxury trim only for this car, it is so worth it. Yeah, 20 miles per gallon, so good fuel economy, front wheel drive, 147, so it is plentiful to get you around and plentiful in terms of everywhere else. So yeah, here is mine right here. I did this super nice blue that comes out the factory in this glossy finish, and yeah, just look at it. It's such a beautiful, sexy wagon. I mean, geez, like, just look at it. And yeah, this thing is just perfect, dude. It even like drives really nice. Like, it has like a nice kind of heavy steering feel, which I really enjoy personally, and it is just a perfect daily driver in my opinion. It's just look at it. Just like, I swear, I can't glaze this thing enough. Y'all let me know what you think about it, and while you're at it, let me know what you think is the best wagon on this list, or which one is your favorite. There's no wrong answers, it's your opinion. Yeah, I'm just pretty curious, so let me know. And yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the last final cars on the list. Alright, for some of the final wagons on the list, one of them is going to be the 2021 BKM W30 Wagon, aka the 2021 BMW M3 Touring. So like the G80, this generation right here with kind of like the pig nose grille, is really controversial, but I have to admit it has grown on me personally, and the fictional that they did is a great design in the game. Yeah, one of my favorite BMWs in the game for sure. They really cooked, and yeah, it is the M trim, so it's going to require the sports pass, and it's going to be 65k, but with that you get 220 horsepower and 183 miles per hour. I don't know how that's possible, but it is rear-wheel drive as well, so yeah, you're going to get a lot out of this thing, a lot of fun. And yeah, so I'm just going to show off mine because again, another selling point, which is the same with a lot of these wagons, is that when they are modified, they look so good. I did mine in like kind of like this this matte icy white kind of color, and it looks so good, especially with the blue brake calipers to kind of match the badging of the rest of the car. It is so attractive. And yeah, you do see these quite a lot, especially the sedans, but I feel like the wagon is a nice switch up, and especially when modified you can get some pretty good compliments in this. So yeah, but anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. Let me know which wagon out of the whole list was your favorite, and which one was your least favorite, and which ones that you think I could have put on the list. There wasn't really much else that I could put on the list at all. I was kind of scraping for pennies a little bit, but if you have any recommendations, let me know. And if you think more wagons should be added, also let me know, because I personally feel like there's not enough in the game. I feel like they could definitely add more. If I ever inspired you at all to drive or purchase one of these, consider liking and subbing. I do a lot of these types of videos. I've done them with supercars and just like underrated cars in general that you should totally check out, by the way, on my channel. And yeah, we are trying to hit 2,500 subscribers before August of 2025, but I'm pretty sure you guys could do it before then. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys have a great graduation week and a great summer. And yeah, with all that being said, that's all I got for y'all. I'll see you later.